Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Trump is coming. He's coming.
And I'm coming.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
The world is full of clowns. They're all stupid and they're proud. Painted smiles on their mouths. I don't hang with bozos, homie. I can't be around. Rise up. Can't let them divide us. You and me, we could burn this world down.
Hello everybody, Drew here, Drew that Underground back, Breaking Rocks 87. Not a stream that we want to do. Joining me is Desert Nord, my younger brother.
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah, it's not a topic we wanted to have to talk about, but it's the elephant in the room this week. So
yeah, but before we get to it, we're going to get to the first topic that I had put down to talk about today, hence why the Xbox logo is there, under the 87, also because I fucked up the thumbnail at first, actually put 85.
Yep.
Which... that was a previous episode of Breaking Rocks. Speaking of which, I do want us to look at the comment on that episode of Breaking Rocks, because I want to get your take on it.
Yeah.
So, and here it is. Right versus left, both sides are for Israel. Wake up.
Yeah. Well, again, we have a large segment of both sides of the political spectrum here who I mean, it's not that there's no Israeli influence. Of course there is. In the United States in American politics. Of course there is. And of course there's an entire AIPAC lobby group. Of course there's influence on Congress. Of course there's influence in the media and in print and in social media, and in, intel circles, and all sorts of places, of course.
Yeah.
And there is an extreme dedication of some politicians in our government to dedicate themselves to Israel, and even in inexplicable terms sometimes. But that is not to say that all things, everything, and nothing but 100% is all Israel.
Yeah.
Israel doesn't dominate every issue and every aspect of American political discourse and politics. That would be a delusion to believe that. In fact, the fact that that person is saying what they're saying tells you that they don't.
Why is Asha Sharma killing off AI/Copilot at Microsoft? Israel. No, it doesn't work that way.
Unfortunately, it isn't that simple, and it's never going to be that simple. And if it ever was that simple, then, well, I don't think too many people would be able to in any way deny it if it was that simple. It isn't.
Yes. So, your thoughts on that comment?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of groypers out there.
Yeah.
Just another groyper. There are many.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm no water carrier and like some big fucking greatest ally fan of Israel either, but I'm also not deranged in thinking everything is about Israel, which it isn't.
It obviously isn't, and I also openly and willingly admit that I have my own concerns about Israel and their genuineness.
Oh, sure. And then the agenda, whatever they have, is an agenda, which is obviously, just as... I mean, here's the thing, all right? A lot of people will say Israel versus Palestine. A lot of people will say it's the Arab world versus Israel, or a lot of people will say it's the West versus, Islamic forces, or they'll say it's Western democracy versus Islamofascism. There's a lot of different ways that gets painted, okay, in that whole last 25 years of American politics thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think that American politics needs to be as married to the East as it is. And Groypers are not helping with that, because I honestly want to ask them, like, what is their solution? Because honestly, that's where you can see where they don't have brain cells.
Yeah, and I will end this discussion so we can get into the Xbox thing. So we get into why we're all here today.
Yeah.
So as far as Israel and comments about it and whatever, well,
it's not my concern.
I mean, it's not that I can't see an issue with them. Obviously, there is, but it's not like, oh well, no matter what we're talking about, it's all about Israel. Like, it's not. It's really not.
Well, at the moment, right now, it's about Asha Sharma and Xbox, because apparently she's recently said that AI/Copilot won't continue as a thing, so they're going to kill off the Copilot thing at Microsoft, or be involved with Xbox. So no AI with whatever the next generation Xbox is, or the current gen, apparently then. Good.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, it's another situation where you kind of once again reminded that Asha is not an industry insider, and she's not she has been put in a position where this is going to be very challenging.
Yeah. But so far she's challenging everything that we said about her, and taking it on the chest and going, actually, we're gonna go this direction.
Yeah, no, I mean,
what?
So far, what she's done has been very pro gamer.
Yeah, which is shocking, actually.
Yeah, no, it's very surprising, because she didn't strike us, and we know she isn't actually a gamer. But if she's trying to make inroads into being in some sort of good graces of the gamers, she's doing a fine job of it so far.
Yeah, so we have no complaints about Asha at this time. We'll see where things go from here, but so far.
But she's probably pissing off the upper executive types.
And that's okay in my book, because fuck Microsoft. But speaking of fucking around and finding out, the quartering, false flagging channels.
Oh yeah, what an absolute riotous shitstorm that erupted over this, huh?
Yeah, which that's where all of this started, essentially. Yeah. And it has since involved Melony Mac, because she's been defending him, i.e., what some people are calling sweeping for him, right?
Oh sure, yeah, or yeah. That's what the phrase that's been thrown around with this situation.
And now with Chrissie's interview with Melony Mac on her channel and her most recent stream on Sunday night, apparently Chrissie Mayr is sweeping for Melony, and by proxy for the quartering as well.
And there was a couple of choice moments. There was a couple of choice moments in that particular stream that I'm sure you'll go over.
And I'm sure either Smash JT or DDaycobra will, that we will hear from in just a few minutes. Yeah, so we're going to be checking out both of them.
The dust up here, the origin of the dust up here is that it became evident that just as of late, which by the way is not a new thing for Jeremy from the quartering. Jeremy Hambley to be doing, but it is something he decided to go on another tirade of lately, which is false flagging channels for in any way, shape, or form using his clips from his channel or talking about him at all.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, on YouTube, you can't hide from a flag claim that you made. You can't hide from filing a copyright claim against somebody else. You can't say, oh, well, I didn't do that. Because when they get the strike for the claim, it tells them who submitted it. And everyone can see who submitted the filings of the false flagging against, like,
Yeah.
say, Kino Casino. Everyone can see who did that. All right. And so
Yeah.
they can't just stand back and say, well, we didn't do anything to him. That was just YouTube. No, it was not just YouTube. It has been a concerted fucking effort by the quartering to false flag absolutely everybody that ever tries anything or says anything or does anything that he doesn't like.
Yeah.
And so that was what kicked off the fucking dust up here. That was what started it.
Yeah.
And that was how many days ago now? Probably what, 6 days ago, 7 days ago now?
I'm not exactly sure how long.
I think it was 6 days ago, actually, at this point.
But all of this stuff started hitting my desk, if you will, for lack of a better reference. I think Thursday, maybe Friday.
Yeah, the shit started to go down as of early last week. That's when it really started.
Yeah, but it didn't start hitting my desk or whatever.
Your attention, yeah.
Yeah, until it started knocking on the front door of Nerdrotic.
Yeah, by the time Friday Night Tights came along, it was a full-blown social media war zone.
Yeah, and then that's when I went, because we're here in the underground, what the hell's going on up there?
Yeah.
The noisy neighbors.
I mean, you basically had a dozen channels all basically at war. Even some former friends of Jeremy Hambley just full on like, fuck you, man, I'm done. You know.
So I metaphorically had to grab my helmet, stick my head up to see what's going on, and quickly duck back in before I got it blown off.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, and then of course there was the Chrissie Mayr stream.
Yeah, so now
Melony Mac
is
and
so now I guess you could take this episode of Breaking Rocks as Nord and I grabbing our whatevers and kicking the gates open and go, all right, all of you settle the fuck down right now. You know?
Yeah, we're kind of walking into the saloon in Blazing Fast Saddles asking what the fuck is going on in here.
Yeah. Kind of like the famous clip of Vince Lombardi going, what the hell's going on out here? Right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's us.
Yeah, that's
so
what
with
we're
that
doing at the moment. Yes.
We got DDaycobra here reacting to, and we're going to watch some of it, not all of it, because as I said, this is a almost 4 hour long stream that he did.
We'll just hope to find the relevant part here.
Yeah, so we're going to pick it up at 9:13, where he has Chrissie, Brittany Venti. By the way, go subscribe to Brittany Venti. Whoever this Kimberly and Cherry girls are, I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, Cherry Perez.
Yeah, because I'm with everybody else.
Yeah.
Who heard that Chrissie was going to do this. We're like, okay, so she's going to have Brittany on, maybe Yellow Flash, and maybe some other guy. No, 2 unknown fucking people to pretty much everybody. Which was a red flag right there, and so was turning off the ability of anyone to chat other than subscribers.
Yeah.
Which also was a red flag. Subscriber only chat. Something I did once in 2015 on the main channel for about 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then I immediately undid it. But that was also before I was doing any live streaming. That was just to have only subs comment on the videos at the time.
And of course, you have to explain, bro. This is as a strategy of avoiding criticism. This is a way of avoiding people who have a bone to pick or a digging question, a burning question to ask.
But
that is an inconvenient conversation that they don't want to have. That's what that was for.
Yeah, but the reason I did that in 2015, when the gaming channel, Drew That Games, was just starting out, was something to the effect of, well, I don't know why I turned it on. I just saw that it was a thing. I'm like, that's interesting. So I turned it on. Then I thought about it. And then 12 hours later, I turned it off because I realized if Drew That Games was going to grow beyond like what it was at the time of like 10 subscribers in 2015, at that moment, I couldn't have subscriber comments only turned on in order to grow the channel. So I immediately turned it off. Haven't had it on since. Never had it on this channel.
Yeah.
And I never will. I don't care what anybody says to us, because the underground here is a free speech zone. Say what you want in the chat within reason.
Well, I mean, and the other thing is, though, we don't have a lot of viewership, and so we don't have a lot of drama to deal with for the most part.
Yeah.
So
the only drama I've ever had was when I was reacting to Dan Vast's stuff, because apparently his fans, not all of them, but some, come across as audio Nazis.
well, they just they expected your setup to be better, and they were disappointed. That's what it boiled down to.
Well, then they'll just have to be disappointed, because of them, I have promised, and I am sticking to it, not to react to Dan's stuff on the channel. This doesn't mean that I don't watch Dan's stuff on my own, because I love Dan Vask and I love his voice. And I still do to this day, because what they were saying had nothing to do with Dan. It's all on them, not Dan Vask.
But all of that is irrelevant to this situation.
Yeah. So let's finally hear what Jeremy's saying here.
Savage, okay? And she was laser focused on what she wanted. She had
right here, he's talking about Brittany Venti here.
Yeah.
Questions, and she wanted answers. And even if she's going to ruffle some feathers, she's going in. This Kimberly girl actually mentioned me a couple of times. And I'm not familiar with her at all. So, but shout out to her, because this Kimberly girl actually seemed to, it feels.
So Jeremy's obviously going to like someone if they mention him.
Well, I mean, what he's about to explain is that she had some insight that he appreciated here.
Some, but also at times she was like giving Chrissie Mayr an out to like lie again, as in like playing soft with her.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's what friends do in these situations.
Yeah, your soft friends, yeah.
No, I'm just saying this is what the average, especially when we're talking female friends, this is what they do in conversation. This is what they do. And in dramatic situations, this is what they do.
Yeah.
There's like very few exceptions to this. They don't hold each other accountable. They just either nitpick and fight, or they defend each other. There's nothing in between. There's no valid criticism coming to Jesus. There's nothing. There's none of that.
Yeah.
To me, like, this Kimberly girl watched a lot of people's reactions,
like we have,
and she was understanding the levity here. She understood what was going on. I'm not familiar with her, but she seemed to really understand it. Yes, Camelot, that was a fucking nightmare. That was an unbelievable nightmare.
All I know is at this point in time, at least from my point of view, the only person that's coming out of Chrissie's stream, like in the same position that she was going in to a certain degree, maybe even seen in a better light, is Brittany.
Well, I don't even know what supposedly Brittany would have even done wrong in this situation, other than getting into a she said with Chrissie Mayr. Like, I don't understand. There's literally nothing Brittany Venti did wrong here in this situation, other than asking Chrissie Mayr to fucking explain herself.
And Chrissie did not. All she was doing was trying to pin it on Brittany, which makes Chrissie look even worse. Sherry hardly said fucking anything. I don't know why she's even there.
Yeah.
And then Kimberly doing the softball thing with Chrissie, so she doesn't look good either. And the fact that now both of these girls are not going to be associated with Chrissie isn't going to look good if they have YouTube channels either.
Well, they already are associated with Chrissie before this, so like it's not like this isn't a new association.
Well,
so,
I've never seen them before, so
the question mark, the sort of okay, so you have to explain, bro. The witch hunt, in a sense, that's gone on here, okay, is about who knew what the fuck was going on with Quartering and what he was doing, who was helping him, who was doing exactly what he was doing also, and who thinks it's okay to false flag fucking channels. That's what this all fucking boils down to.
Well, we know that Melony Mac thinks that it's okay.
No, we know that Chrissie Mayr was not only likes doing it, but that she thinks it's okay and didn't see what a problem was and didn't originally know what anyone's fucking anger was about because she does this shit and thinks it's okay to do it. And that was the same with Melony Mac. She thinks it's okay to do this also. And obviously Quartering is the fucking elephant in the room who thinks that this is a way to live. This is something you do to people, and it's totally fine. Clearly, he thinks that.
Yeah.
And we were just, everybody was just trying to get to the bottom of who the fuck is, why do we have a cabal of people hiding out among the G&G crew, I guess you could say, who are out here false flagging channels and destroying people's fucking lives over dumb bullshit, fake shit. Just like, you could just leave a person alone. Instead, you have to go and false flag their channel.
Yeah.
And it's punching down in almost every case. Every single case of Jeremy Hambley doing it is fucking punching down. Every single one. Like, some tiny little channel said something about him. He punches down to ruin their life. Like, why? And then he has these foot soldiers, which is Chrissie, and all the others who have been helping him, whoever they may be.
And Melony Mac,
And Melony, out here doing his dirty work for him or doing his dirty work with him. And then pretending they weren't doing anything or didn't know anything. And that was what it really ignited the shitstorm. Because Chrissie was previously in good with everybody in the G&G crew until this fucking moment where everybody realized, oh my God, Chrissie Mayr is a fucking false flagger. You know, it was kind of a revelation for some people, I guess.
Yeah. So we'll see if she's removed from the opening of Friday Night Tights on Friday or not now. But she wasn't removed from the opening, but she wasn't on Friday Night Tights on Friday.
But yeah, I suppose we should let Jeremy, explain what he's going to explain here.
Yeah, and then also in a minute or two, we're going to fast forward to get to when he had Madame Savvy on and somebody else who's connected to Chrissie as well.
And the Cherry Girl didn't. It was really weird because when when Chrissie talked solo at first, because Chrissie was talking solo in the beginning, okay?
Yeah.
And when she was talking solo, then she says, I'm going to bring some guests on. So when she brought some guests on, I was like, okay, this is going to be Brittany Venti. This is going to be Camelot. This is going to be Nina. This is going to be Yellow Flash. These are going to be people that are really, 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 on point here, okay? And she brought these two girls that I'd never heard of. And I'm like, oh no. What? I don't what's going on here? Nothing against.
Chrissie had a golden opportunity to fix her public image, to make things right with everybody. But instead, she decided to bring two unknowns on to shit on Brittany and make herself look even fucking worse.
It boils down to this two things, bro. Okay, regardless of who she brought on, she had two choices here. She could either defend false flagging people and just be on the dark side and be unashamed about it. Okay. Or apologize, admit she knew what was going on, admit it is wrong, and promise to never do it again. Those were her choices.
And she
So-
did none of that.
She
didn't-
brought on a bunch of irrelevant people, and it seems like didn't really somehow manage to do either one. She
Yeah.
didn't take accountability for what she'd done or what she knew, and she didn't vow to stop anything or apologize for anything either.
And worse than that, she was also casting blame on the community, essentially, and Brittany
Of
at
course.
that point.
As if Brittany Venti did anything wrong in this situation. Like, what the
No.
fuck?
Yeah. How dare she be attractive enough that the quartering says that he wants to fuck her?
Well,
That's
I mean,
not
that
her
wasn't
fucking
that
fault.
wasn't the controversy, but there is that
No,
too. Yeah.
but that's there too. As if we needed more shit against the quartering. And I refuse to call him Jeremy because we have a cousin named Jeremy.
Well, no, but look, I'm just saying that, bro.
Yeah.
This is about the false flagging, okay?
Yeah.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Hambley being a creep or being a sexual deviant or being, creeping on people, that's a
Oh,
secondary
and-
problem.
And also,
There is that, but that isn't
And-
what this is really about.
yeah, I know, but because of his creeping on people, he's been banned from all Renaissance fairs in his area
Yeah, I know. And
because of it.
And so, again, him having, dirty laundry, so to speak,
Yeah.
and having, his own personal, perhaps drinking problem and carousing problem and being a creep problem, that's one thing, right? Because that's just regular dirty laundry. There's plenty of streamers that have that type of dirty laundry going on. What they don't have is the willingness to go around copyright striking literally everybody that ever says anything.
Yeah.
Even some former friends of quartering are getting the fucking treatment.
Yeah.
And-
like Excalibur or whatever Jeremy said that.
Yeah, and the thing is that the whole, like I said, the whole, call it whatever you want. I guess witch hunt or whatever. They would call it a witch hunt. I don't really want to call it that. But the whole getting to the bottom of it is trying to figure out who knew what, when, where, and why the fuck is everybody on one side of this okay with false copyright striking people, and everybody on the other side has to just sit there and take it. Like, this idea that Jeremy is a victim of anybody is crazy. I mean, Jeremy Hambley. The idea that he's a victim of anybody is just insane. Chrissie's not a victim. Nina Infinity's not a victim. Fucking Melony Mac is not a victim. Jeremy Hambley is not a victim. All of these people are fucking perpetrators of a wrongful behavior against other people. And that's what all of this is. It's what it is. And they can either apologize, cut it out, and stop doing it, or they can have the rest of the entire world in the streamer community, on the G&G crew and everybody, all declare war and destroy them.
As well as FNT.
Which is pretty much what's already started to happen.
Yeah. And as well as the FNT crew, because Gary's pissed that this is knocking on his front door.
Yeah.
Because
Gary had absolutely nothing to do with any of it.
No, he didn't. And neither did really anyone on FNT.
Yeah.
Outside of Chrissy.
Yep.
Those two, I didn't know anything about them. And then Brittany showed up, and I'm like, okay, now we're cooking. And so it was just awkward the entire time. I want to say that I am not an insensitive person. I understand that there are real life things going on. I really do understand that. But I can't stress this enough that nobody cares on the internet.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit here to when he brought first when he was checking out some of what Brittany was saying on her kick after the Chrissie Mayr stream.
I'm a mommy and I chose to have a kid. I'm the victim. And she chose to end the stream. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here talking this, because I can't talk on the stream. So, kudos to her for keeping me on as long as she did.
Listen,
but, like, she ended the stream abruptly.
The internet is not prepared for a Venti Savvy collab. Do not.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Venti Savvy stream together.
Well, in this case, they should do one just to go over the situation.
You could make it like a monthly like stream on either Brittany's channel or Savvy's, and just call it Savvy Venti or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And if that happens and that's the name, well, you heard it here in the underground first, folks.
Not put that out there. I will never be on a stream with those two. I couldn't handle that. Are you kidding me right now?
I can.
I'm not going to be able to handle Venti and Savvy. I could barely handle Savvy and Kirsha on a stream. You imagine Brittany, Venti?
Then come down to the underground sometime, DDaycobra, and we'll train you to handle it. Because we handle.
We're
a
not
lot
getting to the
more
point
than
here,
others.
bro. We're kind of getting lost in the weeds here.
But the point is that Brittany went on her stream to say what she had to say because Chrissie Mayr wouldn't let her
Uh-huh.
at that point. And let's see, where did Savvy come in here? Ah, here she is. Right here.
Yeah, like your experiences with Chrissy were pleasant. So were mine.
Mm-hmm.
So like I didn't know that this was something that she would do or say. Like this was so out of my purview for her. So
Yeah, I mean, like I want people to understand, like, there's two ways that this is approached. Like, on one hand, if Chrissie Mayr calls me tomorrow and wants to have a conversation off, the internet, I'm going to have a conversation with her. I'm not going to not take her phone call. If she calls me about something completely isolated from the internet, which she's done in the past, then I will talk with her. I'm not angry at her on a personal level, but from an internet level, she is fucking.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not angry with Chrissy. I'm just very disappointed in her.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, she gets to live her life however she wants to. It's just that you can live your life one way or another, and people are going to pass judgment on you the way you live your life. If you choose to do the wrong thing and be the wrong way with people and be spiteful and vengeful and hurt other people, then people are going to treat you a certain way about that.
Yeah.
If you choose to make mistakes and then apologize for them, making mistakes happens for everyone, but not everyone says, oh, my mistakes aren't mistakes. I did the right thing. I'm proud of myself. Even though everyone can see it was a gigantic mistake and all you were doing was hurting somebody who doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you're just the bad guy who's self-assured, which is where I feel like she's just residing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's okay being the bad guy because being the bad guy somehow makes her a victim of something.
Except
I
for
don't
she
understand
doesn't
that.
realize that she's the bad guy, and she's like, why is everyone mad at me?
Well, no, I get that part. I remember I explained that she didn't understand what people were so angry about. Not because she didn't know that Jeremy Hambley and several other people were copyright striking channels wrongly. It's not because she didn't know that. It's because she didn't think it was wrong to do that.
And she was also told about it by Nina Infinity, Jeremy, Gary, and countless people before she even had Melony Mac on.
And not thinking it's wrong to do that is what everybody was fucking mad about.
Yeah.
That's what everybody was pissed at her about. And that's what everybody is pissed at her about right now.
On top of the fact of all the gaslighting, lying, and shitting
all
on
that
other
shit too.
people.
Yeah.
So therefore, she just keeps digging her own grave at that point. Then
No, I said she either come out and apologize or fucking own it. Which one are you gonna do?
and she did neither. She cast blame on everybody else.
Yeah,
majorly.
Oh yeah, well,
And
even like just on the outside looking in, it's like I don't want to interact with you if that's how you treat someone.
exactly where I'm coming from. That's why I unsubbed from quartering from Melony Mac and all her channels, and as well as Chrissie Mayr as well. I want nothing to do with whatever they're putting out because it's going to be fucking gaslighting bullshit at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're unwilling to face the reality of what they've done and why it's wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way for us to like administer a fucking Nuremberg trial here. Okay, there's no way for us to bring in the bad guys and punish them. Okay, but the only way that anyone in this particular realm knows how to do anything to anybody, in the case of Jeremy and their ilk, they like to copyright strike people who they, for whatever reason, have a gripe with. They don't like to talk to them, have it out, have a conversation, explain what's wrong and what's going on. No, fuck that. We're just going to secretly copyright strike people, or maybe not so secretly copyright strike people, and then pretend it's totally okay to do that. And that this is a normal, regular social media affair when you do that to people.
Okay,
when it totally isn't.
Okay, and here's Camelot, one of the guys that's the victims of the quartering's false flagging, with 2 strikes apparently on his channel. So one more and his livelihood's gone.
Yeah, and he's probably fucking sick of Jeremy Hambley's bullshit at this point.
Yeah, so let's hear from Camelot.
Took a day off, bro. I don't know what it is about bad Jeremy, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a day off, and then he crashes out, and then I'm like, fuck, I gotta stream a day, and then he crashes out again, and I've been streaming just every day in perpetuity. So now finally, I took a day off, and then this happened. I gotta be honest.
Hey, we got some feedback when I talk.
Let me turn it.
I can hear myself. Test. Okay, we're good now. We're good.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
So go ahead.
So I don't know about you, but I thought it was gonna go better, and the reason I didn't go on is I
feel like it would have been better if you would have been on, but I'm not blaming you.
I would
not blaming you.
I think I would have got kicked off immediately. Because
Chrissy probably would have kicked Camelot off like right away after he said like one word.
Sure, because he probably wasn't going to hold back in this situation.
Yeah, because he's affected by the flagging. So, yeah, a legitimate victim saying their piece, we can't have that. We need, Chrissy, we need that. And you didn't give it, so go fuck yourself.
The reason I didn't go on is because I had a prior conversation like 2 hours or 3 hours before. And I knew what was going to happen. Because it looks like, because, Chrissy, look, I've been talking to Chrissy a lot through all this. And, I got a little frustrated when she said, hey, yeah, I can come on your show tonight. And then an hour later, she was like, never mind, it's impossible. And then she said, oh, I never told him I could go on the show. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I mean by gaslighting. Saying one thing to someone, then saying something else, and then said that you never said that.
But now that's true. That is a form of gaslighting. What it is, though, is she thinks that he can't prove that she's lying. That's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, she could also be a pathological liar, in which case she enjoys this shit. It's very possible.
Which, so far, everything that's come out of her mouth has been lie. Lightly.
You kind of wonder why she would even bother to lie about shit that people can secondarily prove is a lie. Like, what are you doing to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself?
And then also, she recently said that she recently converted to being Catholic. Oh, so that's where the lying comes from.
Which means fucking nothing, honestly.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why she always seems to go there with her conversations about, well, I couldn't be doing anything wrong. I'm a Christian now. It's like, what? Have you never heard of a Christian ever doing anything wrong? Come on, Chrissy. What is this shit?
First of all, I'm sick and tired of people who are Catholic say, I'm a Christian. No, you're not.
Well, I mean, that's her argument every time she brings it up. Every time she brings up her faith, that's her argument. Her argument is, well, because I've gained faith now, I'm a good person. I would never do something like that. Right. Sure.
I would like to take the opportunity to correct the narrative. If you're Catholic, you're not faithful. You're part of organized religion.
No, I don't have a whole lot of like I told you before, I don't have a whole lot of what you kind of call ability to carry any water for that particular brand of Christianity. I don't have much respect for it.
Faith in my world is just bowing your head, accepting Christ into your heart and your Lord and Savior. Forget about the brick and mortar church for a few minutes. Opening up the Bible and taking part in the Word of God. That's what it means to be a Christian.
The point I was going to make, though, is that she thinks that if I say to people, I'm a good and faithful Christian, which in her mind is Catholic somehow.
Yeah.
That means that they'll take what I say as true. It's a manipulation.
Except for real Christians won't take that as truth.
Well, anyone with more than 3 brain cells will say, "Oh, well, I don't care what your faith is." Everyone of every walk of life, every religion, every nationality, every race is capable of lying and making shit up. Every single person.
So
there's no ethnicity or race or religion that is above lying. There isn't. And that's to say that they aren't perfect people. Okay, that's all that's really saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying, oh, well, because I'm shooting the faithful, I'm shooting the faith. No. See, you have to separate the two, and I absolutely do. I'm sitting here separating the two, saying that you can have that faith, you can say you're faithful, you can say you're a Christian all day long, and you can still convince yourself that it's okay to do this shit.
Yeah.
And that's why her saying that, oh, well, I'm a Christian, I wouldn't do that. It's like, yes, you would. And I've seen it before.
So based off of the stream that Chrissy did with Melony Mac, both of them saying we're Christians, we're Catholic, whatever. My reaction to them going, we're Christians, we're good people.
You serious?
Yeah, it's a non sequitur. It's an irrelevant point. It's not a deflector shield against really anything. It's not.
Yeah. Because we see right through it. But speaking of seeing through it, Camelot sees right through all of this too. So let's get back to him.
Yeah.
Stop fucking with me. But whatever. It's fine. I get it. She's under a lot of pressure. But when I talked to her earlier today, it kind of seemed like she was going to just address it, but still have the exact same opinions, even with the education that she's got, that a lot of stuff that she claimed she didn't know about, now she knows. And she hasn't changed any of her viewpoints at all, right? And that's what the vibe I was getting when I was talking.
And that's the key there.
Yeah. So now that she knows what the problem is, she doesn't care. That's like 10 times worse than pretending she didn't know.
Yeah.
To her earlier, and she sent me a long apology the other day. She was like, "Thank you for being a great friend, blah blah blah. I'm sorry about all this." And then she sent me that message today, and I was like, "I don't think I can go on this show because I think she's just going to say the same stuff." And actually, that's what happened, because she just said that there was nothing new brought to the table. And the issue is in DMs, she told me different things than what she said today. So I don't even know what's going on. And then
the only thing new that was brought to the table by Chrissy's stream with these 4 women or 3 other women was how openly she was shitting and allowing. Well, what happened was she was selectively reading super chats, only ones that were shitting on Brittany Venti.
Yeah.
Any in support of her, she was ignoring. In other words, stealing money from people. At that point.
Yeah, well.
Because the etiquette of super chats, something we don't have here, so we don't have to worry about ever, is someone pays you to and says something, you have to fucking read it.
Well, I mean, it's a fiduciary responsibility is what they call it.
Yeah. That's why Gary does square ups after Friday Night Tights. He doesn't have time to get to everything, but he will at some point on a broadcast.
Yeah.
That's why Gary does the square ups. That's why Jeremy reads every super chat and tries to not let it pile up. That's why Matt Morris goes through all of them, except for mine on Rumble at the time, but still. That's why Matt Morris tries to read everything for his super chats or whatever, even though he misses a couple, which I'm not going to hold against him because he tries to do all of them at the end of the stream, which is impossible to do.
Yeah, there are people who are very popular and they get a lot of super chats, and that's not what the fuck Chrissie was doing.
No, she was selectively reading ones that were anti-Brittany Venti, and there was a bunch of them. But she was willingly ignoring anyone who supports Brittany, and there's a lot of people out there, and now more than there were before. In fact, now there's supporters of Brittany who weren't really supporters to begin with, but now are because of all this, i.e. me.
And that's not to say that there has never been controversies in the past involving Brittany. Now, of course there have, but that's irrelevant to this situation. In terms of this conversation, the world began 7 days ago. In terms of this conversation.
Yeah.
But if we were to say, oh, well, we have to take into account everything that's ever happened in the past, no matter whether it was 20 years ago or whether it was yesterday. And we say, okay, well, if we do that, then there's no innocent parties to be had probably across the entire group.
Well, if we do that, then we're going to have to remind the apocalypse situation that Angry Joe went through.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, so if people want to get in Super Chat and bring up shit about Brittany that has got nothing to do with the situation, that's them being petty and retarded. This situation is about quartering, false flagging channels. That was what the situation was fucking about. But everybody in the chat talking about Brittany, talking their ass off about Brittany, was bringing up shit that ain't got nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
And that's old shit, irrelevant shit, stuff that, I mean, like, why is Chrissie even going to be friends with Brittany in the first place to begin with, if any of that shit was relevant?
Well,
it's funny how two-faced Chrissie has turned out to be when it comes down to it.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'll be friends with you, but I'll also turn on you in a moment's notice and willingly talk complete shit about you if you ever even like remotely question me.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's crazy bitch material right there. That's like Looney Tune Town shit.
Yeah.
And a lot of that same Looney Tune Town shit that I just mentioned is also what Jeremy Hambley was doing too.
Yeah.
If I was on that show, I would have been like, share my screen. Here's this DM. Explain it right now. What are you doing? Why are you lying? Like, I don't understand what's happening. You're lying. You know, like you brought Melony on because you knew about the drama and you knew you were going to get viewership. That was the whole point. Like, what are we doing here? Why are we saying, like, you know, you knew Venti contacted you. You've told like 4 people in DMs now that you just didn't want her to come on because you knew she was going to go after Melony and you didn't want Melony to get attacked. So you just said you didn't see it.
So sweeping for Melony, like we said.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if she was gonna like be a friend cleaver, we could say, oh well, that's just a really friendly thing to do or whatever. You might not want drama or whatever. You don't want to see a fight happen, so you just keep parties separated. If that was really what it was, and she had no idea what it was about, but she wanted to just make her stream kind of chill, then she could, if she had receipts for that, she could prove it. But her DM show that she actually did know why. She did know about the situation. She just didn't want to address it.
Yeah.
And that's different. Like, why are you going to have her on at all then? Like, why even do that stream with Melony at all if you know why it's not okay to have the other person not attacking her? Like, if you know all that shit, why even go through with the stream at all? Like, you're just hoping that everybody in the chat just says nothing about the elephant in the fucking room. And that's not going to happen. And she had to know better than to think that was how it was going to go.
Yeah.
People were going to know what she was doing immediately as soon as Melony was going to be on with her.
Yeah. I'm going to let this run for a couple minutes so I can go to the bathroom here.
Alrighty.
But you did. You've told like four people in DMs already. Everybody knows now. Right? Like, so yeah, it's just, And then when pressed on that, all you have to do, man, and I know you probably already said this, all you have to do is say, you're right. I saw the text. I didn't want a Melony attacked, and I just lied to everybody, and I shouldn't have done that, and I lied to you, and I lied to everybody, and that was shitty of me, but in the moment, I was just, what am I doing?
I do think most people would look at it, like not most, okay, not most, let me be clear, but a lot of people would look at this and go, yeah, I get it. She found herself in a fucking firestorm. And anybody in that moment would kind of freak out, overreact, and mistakes are very simple. So when you make one, you tend to make another, and then you make another, and you're like, well, I'm trying to fix, and it ends up being a fucking shit show. There are logical people that can look at that if you just own it. The key is to own whatever is going on, and when you don't do that, this is where we are.
I told myself I don't like to like jump in chat and say stuff because it's very easy to see us when we're in chat, right?
Yeah.
And I was getting so heated, and I'm like, just say that because she was like, hey, Venti was like, did you see the text and ignore it? Or did you not see it until later? Or did you not want her dog piled on? Which one is it? And Chrissy's like, I'm sorry that I hurt you. And I'm like, just say that you saw the text and you lied, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Like, all you have to do is like, look, dude, I lied to everybody. I just lied about every damn thing. And I wanted Melony to have a good time. I wanted to be her friend. And in the moment, I liked Jeremy, and I just lied about everything. And you may never forgive me, but here we are. I lied about it.
And in most streaming settings, you don't want to bombard a guest with another person. That's just kind of streamer etiquette. In most situations, you don't want to do that. Now, in this situation, few people are going to have any sympathy for Melony under the current circumstances. But that is, and I think that a lot of people like me and you and others would probably be like, yeah, in that moment, regardless of what we know now, if you're going back to the moment where she had Melony on, the bottom line is yeah, I ignored your message, Brittany, because in that moment, I didn't want to bombard a guest because that's just not the thing that you do as a streamer. But now looking back on it, clearly that was not the right decision. But in the moment, that's exactly what I did. That's understandable.
But she did bombard her because she still read off of quote unquote offensive messages.
Yeah.
I actually thought that she was being a mean girl. I thought she brought Mel on intentionally, played dumb, and then was just roasting her and subjecting her to it because she didn't like the false flagging.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, that wasn't what happened at all, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Because as it turns out, Chrissy was doing it too. So how is Chrissy going to, also on top of all the other bullshit she was pulling at the time, also come around and start ragging on Melony? She wasn't going to, which is weird that she pretended like she was going to rag on Melony about false flagging when she was doing it too. Like, she was just going out of her way to make herself a hypocrite.
And this is what I was talking about earlier. The super chat here for $20 from this Jake, whatever the fuck this is. I'm glad that I tuned into the Simcast just so we could deal with Brittany Venti's entitlement and disrespect towards the host. The lack of self-awareness is astonishing. Chrissy, you don't have to deal with this tantrum. You see what I mean by reading only super chats? They're shitting on Brittany.
Uh-huh.
There's the proof right there.
No, and then what's fucked up about that is that the tantrum is about being mistreated.
Yeah.
Oh, she's immature or whatever. Fuck you, dude. This isn't about immaturity. It's about being abused. Like, you're supposed to, if you're a mature person, you're supposed to enjoy being abused? Like, what the fuck?
So,
how is that valid?
So I will say to this person that did this $20 super chat for Chrissy, congratulations, dude. Now no one's going to give you the time of day.
Like, imagine being that much of a fucking, I guess the simpcast is an accurate term there. Because imagine being that much of a fucking simp.
For Chrissy, yeah. Have fun simping for her. Hopefully she doesn't flag and take down your channel if you got one, pal, because otherwise you're going to look even dumber than you
I mean,
already.
somebody should also let her know, hey, she's married. She isn't going to fuck you, okay?
Yeah.
You know?
That makes me have to play the new clip. By the way, we created this for DDaycobra because he asked for someone to do something like this. We did our best. He just seems to be ignoring it for some reason.
Yeah, it's okay. He's fucking busy, obviously.
But he does claim that he sees everything.
Yeah.
I don't see any evidence of it. So show
it's
me.
Okay, bro. Senpai noticing you is always going to be a rare thing.
It's not about that. It's mostly for me about you said you wanted something. Here it is. Now you make no indication that you even saw it.
Yeah.
A simple message of I didn't like it. Okay, cool, whatever. I did.
Well,
don't care. At that point,
so aside from that, also,
do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Trump is coming. He's coming.
And I'm coming.
So aside from that gripe we have with Jeremy, I suppose at this point.
Well, it's not really a gripe at this point. It's just a slight annoyance, is what it is.
In any case, that would also be irrelevant, and we are way off topic. So, I didn't know how much of this 3-hour stream you were going to actually play, but we're going long on this clip too already.
Yeah, I think we're good here because there's a shorter thing from Jeremy that we got to look at before we head over to Smash JT to watch a little bit of his hour-long one. So we're going to be done with that from Jeremy at this point, and now we're going to go look at, let's see, this one's only 26 minutes.
Because we haven't really touched on anything really involving Jeremy, because I mean we're just stuck on the Christie fucking drama, which is completely secondary, unfortunately, to everything that happened.
Yeah, but Smash JT gets a little more into that, and we'll get to him in just a few minutes. But as it currently stands, this one from DDaycobra actually has Chrissie actually doing her intro at the start of it from her stream. So, therefore, we get to see on full display Chrissie Mayr's total disregard for reality, I guess is the best way to put it. So here we go.
Melony about the Jeremy drama because I didn't think she had anything to do with it. I wanted to talk to her about her wedding and my conversion, and I just didn't.
She didn't want to talk to Melony Mac about.
She's claiming in the beginning here that she didn't think Melony Mac had anything to do with it.
Right.
Which means either possibilities here is that she either didn't know what the Jeremy shit was about, okay, which is the only contention I can come to that in any way makes any logical sense with anything else that's happened.
There's another answer.
Or she fucking knew and this is a lie.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You just won the $64 question.
No, I'm just saying those are the only possibilities. Those are the only two possibilities.
Yeah.
Have Jeremy's drama at the top of my mind because I didn't think, it was her fault or something. I'm like, oh, that's Jeremy's stuff. And it's funny because on my
No, granted, it's not Melony's fault, but it is Melony's fault for being complicit, enabling it, supporting it.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, Melony's not responsible for Jeremy's actions. No, of course not. But she is responsible for what she also does herself.
Yeah.
Like,
which is also gaslighting a lot of people too.
It's not like Melony Mac is under Jeremy Hambley's fucking spell or something. Like, he's like a vampire and she's a thrall or something.
Well, that could be true because she's acting like a thrall, and so is Chrissie. So
I'm just saying, like, this is. I don't think that's what's going on here.
But if that's not what's going on, then why are they acting like thralls and the Quarterings of Vampire? Why are they acting like it then if that's not the case? Is all I'm saying.
Well, I just don't think any of them think false flagging other channels is bad. I just don't think they think it's wrong.
Well, that's the YouTube equivalent of vampire activity now.
I just think they think that it's completely a valid form of like social media violence that everybody just is okay with when no one's okay with it except them.
Yeah, because stealing people's content, which is different from reacting to it.
Yeah. Which
is what we do. We react to content. We don't download it, then re-upload it and say, hey, check out our new video. No.
Or very specifically what fucking Jeremy Hambley does, which is every single one of his fucking videos is a video of him reacting to somebody else's video. Like
which that's fine.
Which again is fair use, but it's what he's complaining other people do to him, which is somehow wrong when they do it to him. But everything he does is that for other people.
Yeah.
Everything he does is somebody else's content. He doesn't make original content. He reacts. His channel is a reaction channel. And yet he's going to false flag everybody else for doing anything with any of his clips.
Now, this channel isn't necessarily just a reaction channel, because we also do this live cast as we call them. As it's not really a podcast because you're not going to find this anywhere but here lately. But I do also do reactions on the channel independently of this.
Then the thing is, then after what he did, okay, and what everybody found out he did to Kino Casino, for instance, which we also haven't really gone into specifically.
Yeah.
Then he had the fucking nerve to come out and say that everybody who's attacking him for attacking Kino and basically getting Kino's channel completely removed, they're all against free speech because they're attacking him. But it's okay when he does it to everybody else. And then he started calling everybody in the G&G crew woke. That was a valid criticism or something.
That's along the same lines of everyone that was in the chat for the stream that Chrissie did with Melony Mac. They were calling all of them leftists, Democrats, whatever. Oh, really? People posting oranges in the chat are Democrats now?
No, I mean, very specifically, the oranges in the chat was Trump supporting conservative Republicans.
Yeah.
Who are also not on their fucking side about
narrative.
This.
They're trying to say that Trump supporters are liberals now, are woke assholes now.
I've heard a lot of zany political shit.
Don't get away with lying that hard about people. No.
Well, I mean, it's cope. It's trauma cope. It's the way to say to yourself, I'm not wrong. They're all wrong. Every one of you is wrong. Not me.
So then therefore Chrissie and Melony are saying that anyone who voted for Trump is wrong then.
I don't know what their argument is.
Is that supposed to be our takeaway then?
Anybody who criticizes you for false flagging channels is against free speech? Make fucking sense.
Anyone posting oranges or pro free speech is suddenly a woke liberal asshole trying to cancel everyone? Really? So next thing you're going to tell me that Trump is a socialist.
Imagine being a person who doesn't see a problem with false flagging channels. Imagine being that person and then thinking someone else is a canceller. No, that would be you. You're the canceller. You're the one canceling people. You're the one trying to ruin people's lives by canceling them. Not anyone else.
So let's see what else the canceller has to say here.
Green here. I have my questions from my interview with Melony Mac, and one of them was, you addressed the quartering drama back in April. Now that some time has passed, how do you feel about it now? So it's like I did bring it up with her, and I even though I wasn't going to like center our chat around it,
Except for the biggest problem was that's the biggest story fucking right now, and you're just gonna breeze past it like it's fucking nothing.
Yeah. No, and
Sweeping
the fact
for the
that she's
quartering
pointing,
now.
the fact that she's pointing out that, you know, the fact she's pointing out to the past situation, because I mean, this has been lingering a bit, but it kind of blew up. The Chrissy thing blew up about 6 days ago. That's what I was saying, blew up 6 days ago. The thing about the quartering trying to delete channels is a long history of that at this point.
Yeah, that's like months, maybe even a year.
Yeah,
in the making here.
It's been a while since he started doing that crap.
It's been going on for a while.
And the question mark is, why the fuck is Chrissy doing it too? And why the fuck is Melony doing it too? And why the fuck is Nina Infinity defending it? Why the fuck is everybody like picking sides on something you cannot side with the cancelers on? And then calling everybody who's against canceling, calling them cancelers. The fuck kind of gaslighting double talk are we dealing with here?
They're sounding like Democrats to me.
Well, I mean, again, nobody here. This is what's fucked up about all of this, is that almost everybody involved is a conservative Republican Trump supporter. Almost everybody. With only a handful of exceptions.
They're supposedly a Trump supporter conservative.
No, I'm saying that everybody there in this whole fucking thing, everybody from Jeremy Hambley to Jeremy Griggs to Nerd Roddick, Nina Infinity, everybody is a fucking Trump supporter, pretty much.
Well, in the case of the quartering, Chrissie, Melony Mac, they claim they support Trump, but I have my doubts.
Sure, and then everybody in the chat is shitting on Brittany Venti, saying they're Trump supporters too. So again, everybody claims Trump support in this situation, right? Everybody. And so for anybody to come along and say, "Oh, you're a woke liberal Democrat," it's like nobody in this situation is a woke liberal Democrat. That is a dumb fucking non sequitur argument.
Yeah,
it is dumb as fuck.
This isn't about politics at this point. This
it literally isn't.
This is solely about YouTube etiquette, how to treat other content creators, and how not to.
Yeah,
that's all this is about.
No, I mean
that's where it started.
Everyone would like Jeremy and Chrissy and Melony to stop abusing the copyright system and stop false flagging channels and then pretending they're a victim of something when people are mad at them about it.
Sooner or later,
that's what they would like.
Sooner or later, this is going to snowball to the point where the Federal Communications Commission is going to have to step in and go, "What the fuck is going on YouTube?" Right?
Yep.
Because that's where this is going. And you and I don't like when the government gets involved, but when there's no other option, time to hit the nuclear button. Feds, get in here. Because there's no stopping this otherwise. Because Google doesn't want to. YouTube is automated. Which is why this is happening in the fucking first place. Anyway.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, Brittany. Again,
and that's the other thing. She's like, I'm sorry you feel that way, Brittany. That's not how you apologize.
Yeah, that saying "I'm sorry you feel that way" isn't an apology.
No, that's putting this on her, and she did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you got hurt. Yeah, I'm sorry you feel hurt by that. I think it was just too late in the stream. I was trying to wrap it up. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm sorry if my stream is making you look bad. Again,
no, you're not, Chrissy. You're not sorry that you're making her look bad at all.
If she was sorry about that,
then she wouldn't have been reading the super chats that were only shitting on Brittany. You're not sorry. We all saw that you're not sorry in real time. So now apparently this is turning into a roast of Chrissie Mayr. So
I love a good roast.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to kind of. I mean, I know that the blow up this week was primarily about Chrissy and all that shit.
Yeah,
but it was also a lot about quartering because quartering was heavily involved in it.
Yeah, so we're gonna fast forward to get to Jeremy's part of this.
Chrissie Mayr stream. I don't know how to put it into words. Like, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, no matter how low the expectations were, it was significantly worse.
Yeah. Chrissie Mayr's stream was like the expectations for Concord. Before Concord came out, the expectations for that were 0, right?
Well, the hype was artificial as fuck.
Yeah, but the expectations for actual gamers that actually like games that aren't woke activists in the gaming industry.
Paid critics and AstroTurf influencer crowd people were all being shoved out there to say it's fucking awesome before it even came out.
But the actual hype and anticipation and expectation for it was 0 or maybe a negative number.
But they had spent an ungodly amount of money promoting it.
And then Concord came out and it didn't even live up to those expectations.
Sure, it was a disaster of a rollout of a game on top of everyone going, what even is this shit?
Yeah.
And it didn't take more than a couple of months for it to turn into, now they can't even they couldn't even give copies away of it.
Well, they sold like 4 copies to Stutter and Craig from Side Scrollers. So I guess you could use them as coasters. I don't know.
Well, honestly, he could have gotten 4 copies for about $5. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even exaggerating. He literally could have gotten 4 copies for $5.
Yeah.
At one point.
Yeah. But in comparison to Concord, Chrissie's stream had like basically low expectations, like dirt in the dirt. Yeah. And she still didn't live up to that either.
No, I think everybody that tuned in for that was hoping that it would get ugly. And because Chrissie did neither of the two options,
it was worse than ugly.
It was like everyone expected ugly and they got like the most bland fog of difficulty to understand what the fuck is even going on, to where they couldn't even process what they watched.
The only way I processed seeing any clips of it, because I didn't watch the whole stream because I didn't want to, is I didn't want to give Chrissie the click. No. I was going to watch whatever Jeremy or Smash JT put out of it, which is what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And my takeaway from it, so that stream existed just to shit on Britney, is my takeaway from it. That was the only purpose for it. Everyone was expecting her to apologize. Didn't happen. Disavow the quartering and Melony Mac. Didn't happen.
Well, I mean, after Chrissy saying that, you know, despite being friends with Britney, she's scared of her, that should tell you just about how serious she actually is, which is not serious about being friends with her.
Yeah.
So when it came time for people to be starting to rail on Britney for reasons unknown, she was cool with it. She was like, whatever, say whatever you want. I agree.
Yeah. But...
And then Britney comes on and asks her, why the fuck did you do that? She's like, well, I'm sorry that hurt you. Oh, right. So you meant it then. Okay, fuck you.
Except for during the stream with Melony Mac, literally the whole chat was like, where's Britney? Bring Britney on.
Yeah.
Britney was not hyped to go on as much as Chrissie's own fucking following wanted Britney on.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, again, this is because the whole chat smelled blood in the water, okay? And when blood is in the water, the sharks circle, and the sharks are where the chat is. The chat is where the sharks are.
Yeah, and that's what was happening.
Yeah. I mean, it basically was like they wanted Britney to come on, and they wanted it to turn into a girl fight. Yeah. That's what they wanted. Or the sympathetic crowd side would be like, look, if Chrissy would just fucking apologize for what she said and done here, then Britney could say, it's okay, I understand, you've been under a lot of whatever, you know, whatever. And then they could kiss and make up and get on with our lives.
Yeah, and then it would solely be about Mac and quartering. But no, Chrissy decided she wanted to be a part of this. So, congratulations, Chrissie Mayr. You're a part of this. You're in the same boat with the quartering and Melony Mac. Have fun losing subscribers, I guess. And have fun ticket sales for your comedy shows.
It's just a pinch of mea culpa goes a long fucking way.
Yeah.
You know, a pinch of I'm sorry goes a long fucking way.
But with that said,
for those that are not aware, there's been a lot of drama, which is what everyone wants to classify it. It kind of transcends drama.
No, this is not drama. This is a fucking faux pas at this point.
Well, I think it's developed into almost a fucking social media brouhaha, actually. But yeah, it's been a fucking melee. It's been a melee.
And coincidentally, brouhaha is the name of one of your fantasy football teams.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's the benches got fucking cleared on this one, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody jumped on the field and everybody picked a target and started fucking somebody up. That's what this was.
This is to the point where two guys, you and I, who normally ignore this shit, we go about our business and we mind our own business, have now decided we have to go upstairs, we have to kick the door in and go, shut the fuck up at this point.
I mean, a lot of our favorite creators are suddenly at each other's throats. Like,
yeah,
it's really hard to ignore.
Yeah, we can't ignore this because now we got to go up there and go, what are you guys doing up here? Because seemingly the only ones not involved in this, from what I can tell, is Minority Home and Kristanova.
Well, I mean, they will be by proxy too.
Well, sooner or later, sure, but
no, I'm just saying, like, it will be a fucking war where you have to pick sides. If somebody doesn't back down, say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do this anymore. If nobody ever says that, and when I say nobody, I mean the people who committed wrongs here.
All I know is that if the quartering takes down Minority Home and Kristanova, the internet will implode on him harder than it already is at that point.
What he was threatening to do, by the way, in case we didn't even go over any of this either, but what Jeremy from the quartering was threatening to do was literally false flag everybody to just go down the line and start with Jeremy and go to Gary and go to Az and go to fucking everybody's channel and just false flag everybody who even says his name on their stream.
And we had this conversation when you were over on Mother's Day. By the way, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah.
Sorry to say that during this situation, but when you were over, you did say that, and then I remember saying, yeah, the quartering is turned into Iran of YouTube. He's just shooting missiles at everybody all around him.
And so what has to, I mean, if he is indeed not just drunkenly lying, which he does that all the time too. And honestly, his last post he did on YouTube, which was just a statement post, like some creators do, was basically like, I'm just taking a break from social media. I've said things and done things I would normally never do, and I need to go to church and spend some time with my community and get away from social media.
Except for he was saying that when on his screen that he was sharing was X.
Yeah. So again, what I'm saying is that was the post on his YouTube channel. His X was already gone by that point. But anyway,
but he was saying that showing X on his screen.
No, I know, and he said it on his stream too. But my point here is, that the last thing we've heard from him after the war he decided to erupt and create in this situation, was that he's taking a break. And the problem with that is that he's the main target of this fucking conflict here.
And I don't believe him.
Well, then there's that. He's an addict of several varieties.
Yeah.
And social media is definitely one of those things.
Yeah. But anyway.
And I think calling it drama minimizes it. But there's a YouTuber named The Quartering that is at the center of false flagging and taking down other content creators' channels.
Yeah.
And his actions and his denial of his actions have started a complete firestorm across YouTube, with false flags happening all over the place. Many creators are getting hit. It's been crazy. Most people with a brain have denounced The Quartering. Most people. When I say most people, literally everyone has denounced The Quartering. Okay.
In the comments, somebody special here. Hey guys.
Oh, hey Ma.
Hey Ma. And then also, all this will come back to bite those who are deceiving the subscribers. Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hi Ma. Have fun at work.
Yep.
Anyway, just had to highlight that because I saw that we had some comments. Because that's the thing. We don't have super chats, but when somebody's in the live stream chat, we will acknowledge whatever the fuck you're saying, regardless of what it is. So with that being said,
everyone except for Melony Mac. Melony Mac is the one person that doesn't want to denounce The Quartering. Chrissie Mayr had Melony Mac on her show a few days ago, and it was a disaster. And Chrissie Mayr basically stepped into an internet minefield, like a land minefield. It was bad. Since that moment,
she went right into the Strait of Hormuz with all the mines in it from Iran, and didn't realize it. Bro.
No, that's the thing. That again, we've gone over. I already addressed that though.
Yeah.
Is that pretending to not know what it was about? I don't think is true.
Yeah. Because before that stream, she was told by Nina Infinity and
because she came back in her later stream and said, "I already knew about this shit with Jeremy." Well,
yeah.
Okay, then you did know about the shit with Jeremy. Then that was the whole fucking thing. Okay, so
then you lied.
Again, this is why I said she knew about the shit with Jeremy and knew about the shit with Melony and all that other stuff, and she didn't want to talk about it, and probably didn't think that anything that they were doing was wrong. And now we come to find out she was doing it too. So of course she didn't think it was wrong. She was doing it.
Yeah.
So again, she did bullshit by trying to say that she didn't know about it. She absolutely did. And she even says she did, but never admitted she lied, even though she lied on her own stream.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's just, I mean, you know, cut to Mugatu saying, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. I should actually add that. I should probably give you a cut of that clip for use in our streams sometimes.
Taking crazy pills?
You know, you remember, you know, Mugatu from Zoolander saying, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here.
Yeah, we definitely need that.
Yeah, well, we'll add it at some point because it's relevant here.
Yeah, well, I would expect you to have that before the next Breaking Rocks, whenever the hell that ends up being.
Yeah.
Well, we know that might be Tuesday of next week. We'll see the way things are going right now.
Yeah.
But anyway.
A lot of commentary. There's been a lot of channels covering all of this. And ultimately, a lot of people gave Chrissy advice about how to handle this. We addressed it on Friday Night Tights. You know, Camelot, Brittany Vint.
Yeah, and Gary alluded to the thought of Chrissy's stream determining if she was going to be on Friday Night Tights again.
Uh-huh.
And I'm willing to bet she ain't.
Not until she apologizes for what she done and explain herself.
Yeah.
And then finally the heat on her can calm down eventually. But it ain't going to until she admits that she's been lying to everybody and been making shit up and has no reason to be so defensive of Melony's position on Jeremy, because
Yeah,
Jeremy's just a psycho at this point.
Yeah, as Gary said on Friday Night Tights on Friday, he doesn't like to engage in any of this type of shit. But the fact that now, because of Chrissy, all of this shitstorm is now knocking on his front door, and he's pissed about it.
Yeah, now he can't even have a stream or a Friday Night Tights episode without people in the chat asking questions and throwing super chats about fucking Jeremy Hambly.
Yeah.
Like, now he can't even do that.
Because of Chrissy.
Yeah.
At that point. So, and this is my honest opinion and my recommendation for Gary Beekler, Friday Night Tights, Neurotic. But it's his choice and his choice alone. I'm not telling him what to do. I'm just giving him my recommendation. Remove Chrissy from the intro. Never have her on again. That's my recommendation.
Yeah, and then that has to be, I think that has to be contingent on whether or not she apologizes and fixes it right.
Well, I don't see that happening, so.
No, I know. I don't see it happening either. But again, that would be the contingency.
Yeah. Otherwise, who would make a good replacement for her, do you think, on Friday Night Tights?
It's not a big hole, bro. There would be plenty of options.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, and I heard somebody say this, I don't remember where or who, but I love the idea of Minority Home being...
There's a lot of possibilities, honestly.
Yeah. Minority Home is a great one. Bringing back Connors from Midnight's Edge.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a female. It could be a dude. There's plenty of dudes that would love that slot.
Yeah. I'm in no way saying me because I'm not delusional. Plus, I also know that we don't get seen down here in the underground. So, case in point, when we make a meme, people see it, but nobody reacts to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we might as well not be seen then. But as it is, and as far as I'm concerned, all that aside, Minority Home would be a great choice. Let's see. Oh, I don't think he would do it, but having Smash JT on would be great too. Right?
Yep.
Could you imagine Smash JT and Jeremy Prime together?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, again, this is my point. There's a lot of possibilities. Yeah. Gary doesn't have to feel like there's some big, gigantic loss if he tells Chrissy to kick rocks.
It's not. It would actually be a good thing for him and for...
Which is why she should probably want to fix this. Because, I mean, hell, half of her exposure comes from that shit anyway. Like, her stream doesn't get nearly what Gary's does. That's always been true.
And the only reason that anything she's done recently has gotten more than Friday Night Tights was because of all the fucking controversy.
Oh, yeah. Well, during the controversy. Oh, yeah, shit. Everything she touches is a lightning rod now. But
but
that's not because they like her.
But that's going to stop soon. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, again, she's got to learn how to manage this shit and think real hard about, what's important to her.
Yeah.
Nina Infinity. The list goes on and on of people that have given public stance on, hey, this is how you should handle it. You need to handle this sooner than later. She decided, I want to wait till Sunday. She wanted to wait till Sunday to cover it. So we get here to...
Which is like 100 years in YouTube land when it comes to addressing an issue.
Yeah, no, it was like... 100 hours literally later.
It's 1 year per hour, essentially.
Sunday. And guess what? The first thing we get when the stream gets set up, this right here.
Chrissie Mayr has scheduled her stream to beg for forgiveness in sub-only mode.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag number 1. for it.
Her subs don't want her forgiveness. Why would she offer it to them?
Because she
so
has no
dumb.
clue what the... Because...
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
I mean, that's like a convict apologizing to his fellow prisoners in prison. That's not the victim, you idiot.
Yeah.
The victim is the person, the family, the person you did the wrong to, not your fellow inmates.
Yeah.
He turns it to subscriber only mode. What? Subscriber only mode? You can't turn this on subscriber only mode. This was the first red flag before the stream even started. Turn on subscriber only mode. Oof. So I retweeted this as soon as I saw it, and I'm like, oh, no. You are already setting a tone, okay? You're already setting a tone.
And that's why we mostly saw, like, comments shitting on Britney. Because anyone who doesn't shit on Britney was forbidden from not shitting on Britney.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they would have had to, at that moment, be subbed to Chrissie, which everybody who was mad at Chrissie would not be doing at that point.
Yeah.
So everybody who is in support of Chrissie, who hates Britney for some unknown fucking reason.
Yeah.
The reason being that Britney would dare question Chrissie's motives. Yeah. Therefore, fuck Britney Venti, I guess. Because how dare you question Chrissie Mayr's motives, even though her motives are obviously insane.
Yeah, because prior to this, I wasn't subbed to Britney Venti anywhere or following her anywhere. After this, now I am. And I'm not subbed to Chrissie Mayr anymore. So congratulations, Chrissie. If you did this to one person, you've convinced probably even more to unsub to you and to go follow and sub to Britney Venti. Hey, that's a great idea for Gary. Britney Venti to replace Chrissie. Ha ha ha. Bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, it would be, that'd be actually kind of fucking poetic at that point, but I don't think Britney Venti would actually even want to do that. But maybe she would. Who fucking knows? Maybe she would at this point.
But I'm just saying that
maybe she would do it just
that'd be perfect.
Maybe she would do it just to drive the stake into Chrissie's chest. I don't know.
Well, considering apparently the internet loves blood,
Uh-huh. They do.
That
personally here in the underground, we hate blood. Unless it's in a video game. Then we love blood and gore down here.
I prefer my social media a little more adult than childlike.
I prefer mine just going, hey, I like the post, but respectful conversations at that point, which is akin to what you were talking about. I just got there a different way. Again,
I mean, the type of shit that's gone on though from Jeremy Hambley is like, it's schoolhouse shit. It's I'm going to hurt everybody that doesn't like me.
Yeah.
Because how dare they exist on the internet and not like me? How dare they?
Yeah. Anyway.
That's literally his attitude. And that's literally the attitude of everybody who's on his side about this.
Yeah.
You are here to silence people that say things you don't like. Bad move, okay? So we're already off to a terrible start. Then the second worst thing happens. And what is that? You ran your cringy intro. Oof. Was that tough? That moment in time when you had 3,000 people sitting in the chat and her cringy intro for her normal audience this is a serious situation. It needs to be treated with that same energy. Rolling the cringy intro was not good. Not good. And so at that point in time, you've already got.
And might I add, having this intro with Anna, that Star Wars girl on it, is going to drag her into this too. And she isn't not only not involved, she stays the fuck away from anything like this intentionally.
Yeah.
Which also I noticed that she had what's his face on that Jeremy had on in the previous thing that we just watched on her channel along with Cecil for whatever they call their thing. I don't remember, but even Anna, that Star Wars girl who doesn't talk about this shit, is talking about this shit. And there she is pictured on Simcast here in the intro. Honestly, if I were Anna, I'd be asking Chrissy to remove her from the thing. You know?
Yeah.
But
disassociation's an ugly thing, brother.
Yeah, but Anna, you should do whatever you think is best for you, though. But I'm just advising that I think it's best if you just distance yourself from Chrissy as much as possible, including asking to be removed here. I don't know who these other women are, and then Brittany, obviously. The fact that she's even pictured there.
Yeah.
Brittany's going to do what Brittany wants to do, so, and I support whatever she decides to do, so. But anyway.
Two major mistakes. And I'm just in there going, wow. So,
and one of the last ones we saw was Nina there.
Yeah, I know. Nina, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to want to probably consider her association with Chrissy also after this.
Yeah, well, we know that Nina has been warning Chrissy not to do this and not to do that, then Chrissy did it anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I texted someone in the moment. Trust me, everybody's watching this shit, okay? If you're wondering if everyone's watching without naming names, everybody's watching, okay? So I'm texting someone.
To one degree or another, yeah.
I said, this is worse than the Odyssey casting.
That's a fair point.
Yes, this is definitely
because playing one of the tough, rugged male characters is Elliot Page.
No, I know that's a whole nother topic of rage for us at this point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what can you say? Like, this is worse than the Odyssey casting, and it hasn't even started yet. We haven't even started the show, and it's already worse than Ellen Page as Achilles. That's how bad this shit was. Fucking hell. Anyway, the show starts. About 5 minutes into it, my next tweet drops. And this was my review of everything because Chrissy starts out with saying she was bullied into this response.
Mm-hmm. Playing the victim card, which she did like quite a bit.
So I didn't want to apologize, but you're making my life hard. But you're making my life of scum and villainy hard for me. Okay, so please stop.
Well, it was worse than that. She was also saying, "You're making my life as a mother hard." How?
Yeah, sure. No one wants to hurt Chrissie Mayr. Nobody wants to hurt Chrissie Mayr.
No.
Question mark is why does Chrissie Mayr want to hurt other people? Why is she hurting other people?
Chrissie Mayr, we're trying to get the point across that you fucked up, own it, and be better for it.
Wait, I mean, Chrissy,
but you don't want to do any of that.
Chrissy doesn't want to be impeded in her life of villainy, and You're a mean person if you don't want her to stop being a villain here.
Well, then I guess we'll just have to be villains then.
This is the fucking turnabout she's trying to play here.
Yeah.
I never wanted to talk about the quartering drama.
Well, that's obvious.
Yeah, but she wanted to partake in it. She didn't want to talk about it. She wanted to do it.
I've been sort of bullied into it here.
No. So you were bullied into having Melony Mac on your channel? No, you chose to do that your fucking self.
What's her argument? That villains shouldn't be bullied? Villains shouldn't be opposed? Villains, people doing things wrong and doing wrong things to people shouldn't be questioned? Is that her argument here? Because that's what it seems like her argument is.
Yeah.
And
she said she was bullied into it. Oh no. No. She already started the blaming of.
So who bullied you? Was it Nina Infinity? Was it DDaycobra? Was it Gary?
Well, I mean, I agree that she received a lot of pushback. But pushback against wrongdoing is not bullying.
No, it's not.
That's self-defense. That's not bullying.
Uh-huh.
Of everyone else. I was bullied into this. People in the chat were being mean, yada, yada, yada. And
were they being mean like you were letting them be mean to Brittany Venti? No. They weren't. Bro?
Yep.
And
no, I mean, she's not the victim. I don't know how anyone is allowing her to paint herself as a victim here.
I just noticed how we paused on DDaycobra.
Yeah.
Yeah. For you guys in the 199, you guys can do your own jokes. I'm not going to do them.
Yeah.
Because I know the jokes that you guys do with the fig thing.
At that point in time, it was really established that there was never going to be any true ownership of what happened here. This Kimberly girl actually mentioned me a couple of times. I'm not familiar with her at all. Shout out to her because this Kimberly girl actually seemed. You get to sit on the internet and make money and do this for a living. Okay? That's it. That's all that people care about. And they just want some clear answers. All that should have happened tonight. This show should have started. No cringy intro because you need to acknowledge the serious nature of what's going on. No intro, cold opening. Hi, everyone. Obviously, there's been a lot happening over the last few days, and I want to say, but there's a bigger part of me that feels bad for all of the people that got disrespected. And the internet is a brutal and savage place. Okay. And when you disrespect it, this is what happens.
I don't know about you, but I thought it was going to go better. And the reason I didn't go on is
we saw that part too.
So that's generally the gist of it. So with that being said, the last thing we're going to look at is from Smash GT, whom we have not heard from yet.
Yeah.
And also on his thing, we will also hear from Nina Infinity as well. Because this was when as soon as the ads are done here. Okay, so sorry. Let's share this with everybody. Okay, so Smash JT is going to be highlighting comments on X and also showing what's his face that was on with Jeremy and Savvy, that he had Nina Infinity on talking about the situation as a whole. So let's get into it.
For Melony Mac.
By the way, the links to everything that we're sharing here are in the description down below. Go click on those. Go watch these for yourself. Go subscribe to Smash JT2 and DDaycobra, and tell them that the Underground sent you, or that Drew Underground sent you, or that Desert Nord did. I don't care. One of us sent you.
Conversation. A lot of people in the medium are not very happy with how Chrissie Mayr has been handling the entire situation. So I'm very curious to see how she handles it. First off, not off to the best of starts, because Sleazy Society said, oh, hell no. Chrissie Mayr has scheduled her stream to beg for forgiveness in sub-only mode, meaning that people cannot even express their feelings. Secondly, she has turned on donations. So she is doing this live stream to grift off of it. I said before this even got started, I'm like, she better not do one of these where, oh, we need to get money from people. No, this is, if there's ever a time to not, it's when it's dealing with someone being a alleged false flagger and defending them, trying to save whatever posterity.
He's right on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like taking an injury and making it an insult on top of an injury, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Smash JT has a new video, Doomed. Nerdrotic is not happy with Chrissie Mayr from 4 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have to watch that off stream then at that point, because this is the last thing we're doing here for this episode of Breaking Rocks. On top of talk about the whole situation in the outro and whatever.
You have left. This isn't off to the best of starts. And even DDaycobra says, for fuck's sakes, this is already a disaster. Before we even get into what Chrissie is saying, I want to preface it with this. This is Nick Monroe saying, in case you missed it, Nina Infinity, who's a friend of Chrissie Mayr, and I would even argue Nina Infinity is a friend of Smash JT. Nina is awesome. She said Chrissie Mayr lied on knowing about the Melony Mac Jeremy quartering situation, and she tells Camelot it's freaking heartbreaking.
Now, you know me, like you and I, you can vouch that you and I were basically kind of watching that Mel stream together, like in DMs, like we were talking about it specifically after, and I mentioned to you that I had that stream with Chrissie and that I had told her about all of this and that I was kind of in shock. Like I was actually in shock about what's happening. And I told you very honestly that I don't actually know how to handle the situation because I really like Chrissie and she's always been so kind to me and I really love her.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt incredibly gaslit and kind of in denial about what was happening because I was like, I'm going through a lot right now too in my personal life. Like my husband's sick and I'm taking care of him. And that was one of the reasons I couldn't come on tonight.
Right.
He's just sleeping now, so I can like come on for a minute. I just wanted to basically let everybody know that I was struggling with this a lot because Chrissie and I have been close. And I feel very upset about what was going on. So I went and like when I realized it, when you kind of realize somebody's lying to you, it's a really hurtful feeling. So, and we have had DMs like since then too. And I've told her straight up that this is like, it's just so unbelievable. So I've told her to hold herself accountable and to admit that she's lied. And I'm not going to like share the DMs because that's not how I roll.
Right.
But I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that like I have been trying to get Chrissie to not do this. Like that, I just didn't understand why she even had to have Mel on. Like I DM'd her that morning and I literally said to her, are you going to address the quartering issue? And she never messaged me because I wanted to tell her, please make sure that you have pushback questions for Melony because she's going to come on your channel and she's going to try and obfuscate everything and then not freaking answer anything and try to basically create this situation where she's the victim and so is Jeremy. So that she can call everybody, basically say everybody's just straight up you and they're trying to cancel everybody, which is exactly what happened.
It's almost like Nina Infinity knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Nina knew exactly what was about to happen.
Yeah.
Bro. And she tried to warn Chrissie, but Chrissie wouldn't have it.
Yeah. And if she... That's the thing that's so weird about this situation. The defiance level is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like even a good friend is not being listened to.
Mm-hmm.
In this situation. It's crazy.
So Chrissy is having the same mental issues or similar to the quartering then.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's my takeaway from the Chrissie Mayr part of this.
It's definitely leaned that way, hasn't it?
Yeah, because DDaycobra Jeremy tried to help the quartering, but then got blocked for it.
Uh-huh.
The quartering wasn't going to have it. Chrissie Mayr with Nina, similar situation, and Chrissie Mayr's not having it.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Nina finds herself on the other side of Chrissy pretty soon here. You know what I mean?
Well, it sounds like she's going in that direction.
You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Chrissy, like, literally says, I'm not having Nina on my show anymore.
No, I have my own issues with Nina, as in, there's just only one. She shouldn't talk about anything American because she knows nothing about us.
Yeah. But
that's a whole different.
But I really wouldn't be surprised if Chrissy says, I'm not having Nina on my show anymore.
Nina on Friday Night Tights
wouldn't fucking surprise me.
But she wouldn't be one of my top picks to be on Friday Night Tights because, as I said, she knows nothing about Donald Trump, knows nothing about America or American politics or anything American, really.
Yeah. But aside from that, again, the gist here is that she knows Chrissy well enough to be disappointed in this situation.
Yeah.
And I think Nina knows that Chrissy knew, and that's what the point here is. Chrissy knew, but she felt like telling her audience she didn't. And that's I mean, you're lying at that point. There's no other way of putting it. You're just fucking lying.
Yeah. And I don't have time or patience for liars, which is why I unsubbed and I'm like, I'm done. But now here we are talking about it. And I'm fairly certain at this point that this time next week, we'll probably be doing round 2 of talking about this more than likely.
Well, I mean, it probably won't be as extensive because there'll be less to say.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But hopefully there will be more gaming related or anything else to talk about over this. Because I don't want to keep talking about this shit.
Yeah.
I want us to be, once I click done with this stream, I want us to be done with this. Hopefully we are. But the way the internet works, there's a 50-50 shot at that at this point, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'd be interested to see what happens next with Jeremy Hambley and what he decides to do against all the people who are now just like, you know, discussing him again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like he just can't help himself but to try and shut down everybody that ever dares say anything.
Yeah.
Or slander them, which he's been doing too, which is weird. And
except for they've been doing that just fine on their own, of slandering themselves.
Well, you know what I mean by that. He's just been making shit up, talking about how the whole G&G crew are a bunch of woke liberals. It's like, what? Hardly.
So the next thing he's going to say is that Donald Trump is for men and women's sports, huh?
Or that the G&G crew is trying to cancel him. It's like no one's trying to do anything to you, dude. It's you doing things to other people.
It's the whole of the internet that's speaking against you.
But it's not a campaign. It's not false. It's not AstroTurf. It's just you doing shit to people and those people being like, hey, dude, what the fuck?
And from my understanding of how the internet works, the internet is undefeated.
If he could just leave his hand off of his clicker button and stop clicking report and stop filing copyright claims against everybody for no reason, then everything would settle down and be fine.
Yeah.
But he can't help himself. He just can't stop.
Yeah. But with that being said,
tried to prep Chrissy and say, this is going to be a train wreck unless you handle it properly. And as we all know, it was mishandled from Jump Street. This live stream is a very big deal because I honestly think it's very rare that a career can swing on one single live stream. I feel like there's a lot riding on this for Chrissie. And I'm very curious to see how she comes back to it after Nina Infinity confirms my claim of it sure seems like she's lying. Nina's like, yeah, she's lying. And I know she's lying because I talked to her. I educated her on this. And she still said publicly, oh, I don't know anything about this. Nina's like, yeah, you did. You knew everything about it. So with that all in mind as the context for going into this stream, here we go. This is live. We're a little bit tape delayed right now because of the intro. This is Simpcast. Let's talk about the oranges for a bit. Then other stuff. Chrissie Mayr. All right. And I already thumbs downed it because she has subscribers mode only and is taking super chats after she gets called out being a liar. Like, this is one of those, you need to come forward, turn off the supers, turn on, let people talking, and just be honest. I don't think she's going to be based off of that.
Yeah.
That would be way too hard and not a beneficial.
And the rest of this is watching him is essentially him watching the entire thing of Chrissie. So
yeah.
So with that being said, yeah. Any final words on any of this?
Well, I mean, again, my final right now is kind of like, I just kind of wonder what is going to happen when, Hambly comes back and what he plans to do going forward, because, I mean, he doesn't feel threatened, obviously, by anybody. He feels like he gets to do the threatening of everybody. He feels like he gets to push everyone else around and, copyright strike whoever he feels like, and somehow self-justify that, no matter who it is, no matter how small, no matter how far he's punching down, he always feels justified in punching down on those creators that dare say anything about him. And also, I mean, there is all the secondary scandal shit involving his comments and his behavior. Obviously, that's what people keep pointing out, is that he's out of control in terms of his behavior. And that's what he keeps trying to silence people over.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know, it's like a double-decker shit sandwich. It's not just a regular shit sandwich. It's got 2 layers of shit. You know what I mean? And I don't quite know. I have a feeling that it's going to have to spill over into something big, even bigger than this, before it's resolved. Because, like, I kind of wonder how everybody's live streams are going to go this week coming up here. I mean, that we're in now. How Friday Night Tights is going to go on Friday, for instance. I know that Jeremy Griggs' streams are all about it right now, and that's fine because he's just handling it. But I mean, Chrissie's going to have to go on vacay if she doesn't get her shit straightened right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Gary might have to fucking do a full-blown, like, get-together stream to address it, even though he kind of already did in the last Friday Night Tights somewhat address it. I kind of feel like he needs to make some, like, decisions here.
Yeah, like
you had stated.
Full removal of Chrissie from the intro, which would say a lot of her future.
He's either going to have her, like, make a video apologizing and admitting everything, or he's going to have to cut off, like, her presence on Friday Night Tights.
Permanently.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just because if he doesn't do either one of those, if neither one of those two happens, he's going to keep getting super chats and comments that are going to keep bogging his streams down with drama.
And he's just going to get more and more pissed about it.
Yeah, and what I fear in that situation is that he's going to start doing what Chrissie was doing, which is banning people for asking questions.
Yeah, which we know that he does not want to do.
Yeah, no, I would like to see him not do that dumbass move.
Yeah.
If he starts, like, telling people to stop talking about it, that's, I don't think, a wise move.
Yeah, the safest way to do that is just to get rid of Chrissie, I don't care how to say her fucking first name at this point. I'm so over this. But my final thoughts can be summed up in some clips that I can show you guys that I got here. So, in regards to Chrissie Mayr and Simpcast, well,
You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Right?
Well, it's definitely one of them. I almost feel like we have to always preface that clip with a sub statement afterward, a context statement saying you'll never find a real wretched hive of scum and villainy unless you look at Blue Sky,
or the federal government,
or Reddit.
Yeah. But my message to the Quartering and Melony Mac and Chrissie all together, all three of them, well,
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
Yeah. Yes, if they could stop false flagging people for fair use, that would be lovely. That would be great.
yeah. And yeah. Chrissie Mayr's lies, yeah, no one's buying it, so
Bullshit. Yeah.
So
And when you lie once, you have to lie twice, otherwise the first lie falls apart. And you have to admit it and apologize. And she seems to be incapable of admitting anything and apologizing for anything.
Yeah, so
she seems to be incapable of that.
yeah, so now she's an obsessive compulsive liar. One lie falls apart, she lies about that. That falls apart, she lies again, and then again, and then again, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. And now you're 6 feet under your own fucking lies, and then wonder why everyone's abandoning you.
And she's taken on the tact of Jeremy Hambley himself, who says, I apologize for nothing, when he does something blatantly wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, we know you're not apologetic, you're a prick. That's obvious at this point.
So with that being said, tomorrow is Wednesday. I want to try to do a live stream of playing a game. I know I've been saying that for like a week now. But
yeah,
I'm going to try to get one out. Soon we're going to attempt to do Is It Worth It for Crimson Desert. I need to get to playing that, which I'm going to do right after I eat something here, and then I'm going to play some more of that in just a little bit here, off stream, obviously. Because as I said, I'm not going to play any games digitally on the PS5 on stream anymore. If I own it physically, that's different. But in regards to Xbox, whatever I have, I'm just going to play it on stream at that point. Because, as I said on a previous stream, Sony's hell-bent on declaring war on gamers. Fine then. Turnabout's fair play, PlayStation.
Yep.
But, as it is, anything you want to add?
Well, I would add that I'm heavily playing Crimson Desert myself at this point, and I will offer my advice or insight on any part of it if you would like. Just let me know.
Yeah, you could probably save that for the Is It Worth It coming up that we're going to do.
No, I just meant while you're playing it. If you have like, hey, bro, what's this about? Can you explain this? Just let me know.
I'll text you or something if I have any issue. But on another gaming note, a week from today, Forza Horizon 6 comes out. And that's in Game Pass, so I'll be streaming playing that. Probably if we do a Breaking Rocks next Tuesday, I'll probably play that on stream after Breaking Rocks then. But if we don't do a Breaking Rocks, then that'll be the stream for next Tuesday then on Twitch. So go follow Drew Gaming over on Twitch for that at that point. So that's all I got. With that being said, fuck PlayStation, fuck the Quartering, Chrissie, and Melony Mac. And no, I'm not going to say it this time because I love everybody else.
Yeah, and can people get a grip on freedom of speech, for God's sake? For God's sake and everything that is holy, can we get a grip on free speech, people? Get it together.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, can we please, for the love of God, embrace free speech for real instead of whatever this fake pretend shit is?
And while I'm thinking about it, to do Nort and myself a favor, go sub or follow or whatever and watch the content of a friend of ours.
Yes, he's been making Crimson Desert boss fight clips and such lately.
Yeah.
So yeah, good stuff.
I will try to remember to put the link to his channel in the description after we're not live. But as it is, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great and blessed rest of your day. And I will see you one way or another next Tuesday, regardless if it's Breaking Rocks or the Forza Horizon 6 business at that point.
Yep.
Unless it like comes out in the evening, then I might be asleep at that point, so you might have to wait till next Wednesday at that point. But just stay tuned to DrewDat Gaming over on Twitch for that. And then tomorrow for something I'm going to play on Twitch to try to get some more content out there for gaming related stuff. Till then, be safe. God bless again, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
See you guys.
I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you.